Hi.
Hi, Jewel. You want to call me now, or do you want to wait? You
You
can.
can call now. Do you have the warm or the green line number by chance?
Just give me one of them.
Okay. I don't have it.
Okay. No, no, never mind. I got it. I'll send it to you. Okay.
Okay, you can just call the regular call-in line if you want.
No, 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 no. I don't want to
I
do
don't
that.
think we'll have too much of an issue.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Okay. No, 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 no.
Sorry about that. They
No, 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 no.
never gave it to me.
Honey, don't worry about it. Let me get my head wrapped around the rest of this show. I'm already live on Facebook.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
yeah, just call in. We'll have to do it over the phone. I tried a few different things to make the clean feed better, and it wasn't doing it.
You know what? Ask Bedalia about it because she's the one who brought this to everybody. Ask
About what?
about
The issue?
yeah, what
or...
might be. Ask her what might be going on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask her.
Okay. Okay.
When she gets in.
Okay. Let me get my mind wrapped around this show. And
All right.
hey, Raphael.
Awesome.
Hey, Daryl. You know I'm saying hello to everybody on Facebook. Hey, I'm not going to be able to be with everybody for the whole show because my brother's getting sworn in today. So, but we'll be up in just a few minutes. Love you, everybody.
Miss Jackson, do you need me to add you any minutes? Go on
add me
at 6:05?
2 minutes, please.
2?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for asking. Thank you for remembering.
All right, I'm going to let you go.
Okay. All right, sweetie. Thank you.
Go ahead and call when you're ready.
I'll call you right away. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Bye.
Hey, honey, it's Santita. Sorry for calling you so early, but I am about to go on air, and I wanted to know if you had heard anything. Let me know when you can, as soon as you can, what's going on, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye bye. Okay, so let me do this. Cool. Okay. Okay, I got you. All right, goody goody. All right, so I'm going to put you on speaker for now so I can finish looking at a couple of other things, okay?
Okay. Are you fine if I call up Pastor Thurston?
No, no, please do so we can,
Okay.
because I'm getting a little feedback here.
Okay. You are? Let me see if I can.
No, not from you. I just hear myself in the background, but.
Okay. Do you still want this on the commercials?
Oh, you know me, I want to hear everything.
Okay. Well, because I know you're through the phone, it might be a little different.
Well, you know what? I definitely need to be able to speak with CK.
Okay. Here, I have it on, but I'm going to turn it down slightly. Let me know if that's okay.
Okay.
You can hear it, the commercial playing?
No, I can't, but that's all right.
Yeah. Okay, that's weird.
I hear you and oh, ooh, hello.
Okay.
Oh boy, everybody, how you doing today? Hey, hope you had a wonderful holiday. I'm speaking in, and my board operators here, and my board operator sends all of you their love, affection, best wishes for the new year on behalf of our show. So let's get to it, everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to put you on hold.
Okay, of course, of
Call
course.
up the pastor.
So, but I'm glad to be with everybody today. Hey, Linear Bob, what's going on? Robert, Shirley from beautiful Philadelphia. Oh, bless your heart. Annette, hey, how's everybody? Everybody like and share the show. Like and share the show.
Over the last several days, with the local sheriff's office described as a crisis, spurring the most recent wave of migration, economic turmoil, food shortages, and soaring inflation. I'm Rita Foley, ABC News.
Okay, that's that.
It's 8:20 a.m. WCTG Little Spring and streaming worldwide at WCTG820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
Here's the latest Chicago weather update. Periods of rain showers here for today with cloudy skies, a high of 50 degrees. Inside of the northeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour.
All right, Miss Jackson, we have Reverend Thurston.
Okay, Reverend.
Hey, Santita.
Hey, sweetie, I'm so sorry I missed you last week. I've been dealing with some health issues. And last week was my week. I'm on Facebook Live right now to really, really focus on them, and I'm glad because I had some bad reactions to some of this from some of these medicines that I'm on.
Okay.
And and I don't mind telling everybody, I had weight loss surgery. Pastor Thurston knows this some years ago, and now it saved my life. But now, years later, I'm dealing with some of the, I guess, unintended consequences. We'll put it that way. But, yeah. And so, but fortunately and sadly, I had to get my father to intervene.
Pastor Thurston, if you could say a few words really quick.
Okay, Pastor.
Sure, testing. Santita, did you guys make it safely to D.C.?
We're in D.C. and got about 2 hours of nap time this morning. And of course, my father wanted to stop and grab something to eat.
I got you both. You both sound good.
Thank you, Madam. Excuse me, board operator. Excuse me. And but we're here, and I'm so excited today for so many reasons.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It is. I wish you were here.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Well, you are. So, But I'm so sorry I couldn't. I just couldn't, because actually I was at Northwestern when I saw that, and I was like, oh.
Okay.
So, but no, I feel so much better now. I feel better because I'm closing in on what I've been dealing with. I wanted to lose weight, everybody, but you want to lose it safely. And I looked up and I didn't realize how much weight I'd lost until I was getting dressed this morning. I went, ooh, that's what my mother sees. Oh, that's why she was
Wait a few minutes.
Thank you, sweetie. That's why she was she was alarmed. And then she called my father and said, this girl's waiting 6-7 months for these tests. What? You can go overseas and save people? You can't save her? He was like, I didn't know what was going on. What? But sadly, it was when he intervened that my testing and everything that came behind it was accelerated.
Yeah.
By months. I mean, like the next week, I was days later. I was not even that long. A day or two later, boom, I'm sitting in this doctor's office. And we're closing in on something that, quite frankly, a couple of things that really, really, that are chronic that I'm going to have to deal with forever. And, so, but, and everyone, when you have these life-saving procedures, just know that, for everything that you do, there's a price that you pay. But take care of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, everything works out all right. So I have no complaints. As they say, I won't complain. I won't complain. So, Stephen, what about this? What about this young man who collapsed last
30
night?
seconds.
We got to pray for him today.
Yes.
We're about to go live in a few seconds.
All right, let's have a Happy New Year, sweetie.
Thank you. Happy New Year to all of you. Change the world, change the world. We can change the world. We can change the world, change the world.
This is the Santita Jackson Show.
And hate will take the world. Gotta save the children. Let's change the world.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. It's Santita Jackson coming to you from WCPT 820, the nation's largest progressive talk radio station, and AM 950 Radio, the voice of progressive Minnesota. Hope to see Congresswoman Ilhan Omar get sworn into office once again, along with Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, the first Hispanic woman to be elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in our history from the Midwest. So proud of her. And, of course, my brother Jonathan. Pastor Thurston almost got me there. So proud of him. So proud of him. I can't even say. Got me. I hope he's not listening right now, because he got me. Got me. When my brother was a little boy, he had a severe stammer and stutter, and he wouldn't speak, and we had to stop everything because he became too embarrassed to speak. And so look at what God has done with him, and I just thank God for him. And he's had a lot of struggles in his life, and to see, but diamonds are made under pressure. Without those struggles, he wouldn't be who he is. So I thank God. As the Queen of Gospel Music said to my mother at a very difficult time in our lives, she said, I thank God for your every hurt and your every happiness, because they've made you who you are. And I hope that you take that in your life today. So thank you for holding my hand, Pastor Thurston. We've got a lot to talk about today. The Congress will be sworn in today. And what is going to happen? Kevin McCarthy, will he make it on the first ballot to become the Speaker of the House? It looks like he might not be, although he has been moving into the office. So we're going to be talking about that. George Santos, should he be seated? It looks like he's going to be. What does that say? Not just about Republicans, but about the way we play politics in America today. Think about that, everybody. Let's think about that. And let's talk about what we expect from this Congress, what we can get out of this Congress. Aaron Connolly, Attorney Connolly, of course, is here with Representative-elect Ramirez. And but we're all going to be seeing each other a little bit later on today. So excited about all of this. But let's get right to it, everybody, because we've got a lot of ground to cover today. I've got to get some good news as we begin this new year on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Chicago will have a high of 46 degrees, thunderstorms. Minneapolis, St. Paul, you have a winter storm warning, a high of 32 degrees, but heavy snow. So please be careful out there, everybody. And of course, everyone was looking at NFL football last night in one of the most anticipated games of the year. And we're going to be talking about that shortly. Praying for the Hamlin family today. This young man who has done so much, raised by a teenage single mother, and never forgot about it. Has a toy charity, wants to be an example for his community, and after a tackle, what appeared to be pretty routine last night, uh, what happened? He collapsed. His heart stopped. What is that? What is that? I mean, he talks about the dangers of football, but a lot of other people are speaking about other things. They're speaking about vaccines. I mean, this has given people a lot of opportunities to have a lot of debate. So let's talk about that today, too. So I want you to call me at 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. I want to hear what your thoughts are about this new Congress. What do you think about the football game last night? I want to know what's on your minds. And if you just want to wish me a happy new year, as I'm wishing you one, please call me 773-763-9278. In the NBA, the Timberwolves 124, the Nuggets 111, and well, the Bulls got knocked down by the Cavaliers 145 to 134, but it was competitive. And in the NHL, the Lightning will be playing Chicago tonight. Let's get to some of these headlines today. Everyone is talking about this game last night. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is in critical condition after suffering cardiac arrest and collapsing on the field mid-game against the Cincinnati Bengals last night. According to his team, his heartbeat was restored, but it stopped, everybody. It stopped. And he was taken to a Cincinnati hospital where he remains sedated, and he has now been intubated. He's on a ventilator. It's very, very serious, everybody. The NFL did something that we don't see happen often. They postponed the game, saying the details on the next steps would come at an appropriate time. These are among the last games of the season. Who will be in the playoffs? Who will be going to the Super Bowl? Yeah, all of that has been on the line. But now we're trying to find out what's going to happen with this 24-year-old. And what happened? What happened? What happened? Think about Hank Gathers, for those of us old enough to remember that. What happened? Photos from the game show players on the field emotionally distraught after this. And indeed, I can't confirm this report, but it has been reported that Heisman Trophy winner, brilliant quarterback and champion of the poor, Joe Burrow, apparently went to the other team, to their locker room, and said, we can't play this game. We just can't, and we won't. I really think the players stood down yesterday, Pastor Thurston, and said the game will not go on. God bless them all, because I think we're all praying for this young man, and his mother was there too. God bless them. A major multi-hazard storm barreling across the U.S. is bringing the risk of strong tornadoes and flooding to the south, and ice and snow to the plains and upper Midwest yesterday. Indeed, as we were driving to Washington, we saw fog. I couldn't even see out of my window yesterday, Pastor Thurston. I couldn't see out of my window. But that lasted until we got to Washington. It was fog all across the country, 1/3 of the country. This comes just days after the storm system walloped California with dangerous flooding, forcing water rescues and evacuations. More than 12 million people across the South are currently under flood watches this morning. And the House is set to hold an election today for its new Speaker, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, who is seeking to lock down the support necessary to secure the gavel. Indeed, it has been reported that he and his staff have been moving into the Speaker's office, but he does not have all of the votes. It could turn into a contentious once-in-a-century floor fight. What do you think is going to happen, everybody? This has not happened since 1923. We will see. There's so much to talk about today. So I want you to call me at 773-763-9278. I've missed you so much. And let me get to you, Pastor Steve Thurston. I missed your sermon at Salem as you retired from there. But of course, you haven't retired from preaching. Thank God for that. And so we just look forward to all of the great things that you're doing. I want to send a special love to Pastor James Meeks and First Lady Jamel Meeks for all that they did to build that church and to serve that Roseland community, one of the underserved communities until they were there. They've put so much love and infrastructure into that community and so much hope, and they have they've changed Roseland, and they've changed all of us. And we thank them for the example of their marriage, for their beautiful children, their beautiful grandchildren, all that they've done. I love you, Pastor James Meeks. I love you, First Lady Jamel Meeks, and your beautiful children and grandchildren. And of course, Salem, you're my family. You're my church family too. And I love you, Pastor Stephen Thurston. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, and I love you no more.
Oh, I'll take that. Talk to me, sweetie. What is the good news today? I mean, I feel like 2023 is going to be another one of these years, Pastor Thurston. It's going to be another year. First of all, what are you going to do now that you are no longer the teaching pastor at Salem? What are your plans? Are you just trying to figure out what's next?
I'm going to take a break, maybe take a couple of months off and just relax. But I know that whatever I circle back around to, it's going to be in the framework of serving people, speaking to those that don't have platforms or loud voices, and serving the marginalized and bringing them more towards the center so that we all can be people who have equal access and equal rights. So I'm going to fight for people in some way, shape, form, and fashion.
God bless you. God bless you. You do. People don't realize the toll. And I want you to come on one day and talk about the price that so many of our pastors pay. The divorce rate in ministry is very high. The suicide rate is surprisingly high. There's a lot that goes on. It's a it's a blessing. It's an anointing. It's an appointing, but it's tough. And I'm glad that you have the emotional intelligence to step away for a moment and to rest as you move forward in this ministry. And everyone, if you have not heard him preach, don't die first, as Miss Aretha Franklin said of Pastor Donald Parson and your daddy too. So there you go. Give us the good news, Pastor.
Listen, as we enter this new year, I want us to do something that will benefit us individually and corporately. And the good news is that we can avoid toxic productivity. When you hear the word productive, you likely think of something positive. Pushing through that work assignment to completion, getting your house sparkly clean, and mastering some new hobby. Productivity is what we all aim for, right? On our work days and even on our off days, we seek to make things happen, grinding, hustling. Those things are seen as admirable, and sometimes what we work towards, if we fall short, we beat ourselves up, and sometimes even drive ourselves off the couch, force ourselves into productivity. We feel that if we don't complete all of the tasks, we're failures. We set these crazy high expectations for ourselves, then we hate ourselves when we don't meet them. But what would happen if we scaled back even just a little bit? But what if we included rest into our practice? The need to be productive all the time. It includes our ability to enjoy life and to take a breather every once in a while. Now, I'm not saying that all productivity and hustle are bad. What I am though saying is that the culture we've built around needing to be a robot of a human, producing 24/7, is what's gotten us into trouble. Too many of us, grind never ends, and we never get ample amounts of rest. But it will all catch up with you if you keep living long enough at some point. Your work and life patterns are not sustainable. You can't keep rushing everything and everyone. Life isn't just about how much we can produce. So being able to rest is essential. It's essential to be the best human that you and I can be as we enjoy this short amount of time we have on this thing called Earth. The best way that I can suggest as we enter 2023 that we drop the grind culture and toxic productivity is to examine our lives. Ask yourself these questions. Number one, am I pushing myself beyond my limits, emotionally, mentally, or physically? Number two, do I have too much on my plate? Is there any room to breathe? Am I getting ample sleep? Do I have time to rest and relax? Is my family secretly hating me because I don't spend time with them? Number three, am I beating myself up? Am I really my own worst enemy? Am I doing more harm to myself than anybody else because I've set unrealistic expectations for my limit and capacity as a human being? And so, what can I prioritize? What really matters and what doesn't? Do I keep making mountains out of molehills? Think about it. Where can I include more rest? Listen, there's a book, great book entitled The Body Keeps the Score. I recommend
The Body Keeps the Score. Okay.
The body keeps the score. Because at some point, if you don't take rest, your body is going to make you rest.
Yes.
And you may not like how your body makes you rest. Take a look at your life and see where you fall victim to toxic productivity. Then you can make informed choices that intentionally include rest. You need to have on your schedule, this is my rest time. No work, no phone calls, no email, no social media. I'm literally going to unplug and rest. Rest is the way out of this rest. Don't wait until you're hospitalized to get rest. Don't wait till the doctor forces you to rest. Don't wait until you've been unable to work because you haven't properly rested. Choose to incorporate rest today, like right now. Pull out your schedule, block off time, schedule rest, schedule your vacation, make it consistent, and stick with it. After 21 years of pastor, I'm about to take some rest. I need you to do the same thing in your life. And let's move from the place in America of all of this toxic productivity. You can't have a good life. You can't have long life. You can't have peace and joy and sweet rest. It's your schedule. That's the good news for the day.
Amen to that. Let me ask you this. I mean, are you going to be on Facebook Live this afternoon today?
During a conversation about this topic.
Why this topic? Why now? Because I think that Americans work extraordinarily hard. We don't get. I mean, when you look at these railroad workers, they still do not have paid sick leave. And when you see our brothers and sisters from the South, that is from South and Central America, from the Caribbean, who are being brought into the United States. America was bought on labor that they did not pay for, on land that was stolen. So we became the superpower without paying for it in so many ways. You know what I mean? And not for free, because Black folks didn't work for free. We just weren't paid. You didn't get this land for cheap. You never paid the indigenous people for it. In fact, you stole it from them. And everybody benefited from it but indigenous and Black people. And the Hispanics who are coming here are really Spanish-speaking indigenous people. They're speaking the language of their conquerors. So that's biblical too. Why is it, but in that grind to achieve the American dream, we work without ceasing, Pastor Thurston, without ceasing. We never stop. And we have heart disease that's off the charts. It's killing women at an unbelievable clip. It's killing us. We're tired. We're just tired. We don't know how to take a break, and our bosses don't give us a break either, because the marketplace doesn't give our bosses a break. And sometimes it's greed, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, what is the takeaway for that lesson at this time? I look at this young man who, Damar Hamlin, who could have, I'm sure, excelled at another sport. And we know how violent football is, but that was his way out. That was his way out. They've taken baseball, Major League Baseball, from the inner city. So our young Black kids, look at what happened with this Jackie Robinson team that won the Little League World Series. That's been taken from them. I mean, what is the path forward? I mean, and how do we just step back and take a deep breath and take a break?
Yeah, there were some studies done over in the UK concerning the 4-day work week. A lot of us have heard about that.
Yeah.
And those studies have come to the end. And those studies prove that people actually were more productive. The companies earned more. There was better health, better retention of top employees. There was all of these positive benefits of scaling back. And of course, as you know, I spend a lot of time in Morocco. And to go from here it's air. It's just such a relaxed, calm, peaceful, serene environment because they don't apply that same amount of stress and pressure. People are able to breathe. The hustle, the bustle, the grind isn't there. And I see a large population of seasoned saints, as I like to call them, who still are active and vibrant. And I believe it's because they're not working themselves to the bone. And of course, when you're close here, most people try to start out new habits and break old patterns and bad patterns. And I wanted to challenge us to enter this year with that thought process. What do I need to break in my life in terms of how hard I push those who are in the positions of management and leadership who are listening? What do you need to change about the culture of your work environment that gives people the space and the place to breathe a little bit more? I spoke to a friend who lives in London yesterday, and we were talking about maternity leave. And she mentioned to me that people there in the UK get a whole year of maternity leave. A whole year. And in the States, what is it, 3 or 4 months? That makes a major difference on the emotional bond that's built between that child and that parent. And I'm sure so many other things that happen in that space of a year juxtaposed to 2 to 4 months. So we gotta do better. We live in the industrial age. We don't have to work the same way. Remote working and relaxed environments. It just makes for healthier human beings. And hopefully, when we get to more healthier human beings, let's see some more humanity in our country. Let's see, I mean, we got humans, but we don't see a lot of humanity. And maybe the people were, less stressed and less worked. We could be nicer and kinder and more compassionate and more caring towards one another and literally make this place a better place for everybody and always show compassion.
That's the word, everybody. That is the word. Let's be whole in 2023. We'll see in 2023 who we will be and who we can be, who we're supposed to be. And rest is a part of that, everybody. Hey, even God did that on the 7th day. How about that piece? Let's talk about poly. Hey, I learned something in Sunday school sitting in them pews. I love you, Pastor Stephen Thurston. Join him on Facebook today at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, go and get his book, Mirror Moments. You don't want to miss it. Coming up, let's talk about what's happening in the House of Representatives today in the U.S. Senate. It's all politics. I'm coming to you on the Santita Jackson Show from Washington, D.C. Back in just a minute. Pastor Thurston, how are you? Thank you, babe. I really appreciate you more than I can say.
He just dropped.
Okay. Well, then you know what? I need to make a quick phone call. I got to call someone back, okay? Give me 1 minute.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, babe. Oh, okay. Hello? Oh. Oh. I'm back. Okay. Uh-oh. Is CK there? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? 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 Somebody talk to me, please. Hello? Hello? Honey, doing live radio is not a joke. That's right, Joyce. Let's be whole in 2023. It's good to be with everybody today. Michael Ann, I'm glad you're here. Been with me since the beginning, girl. Sending you much love. Okay. Whew. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Santita Jackson Show on WCPT 820, the nation's largest progressive talk radio station, and AM 950 Radio, the voice of progressive Minnesota. It is Tuesday, January 3rd. Coming to you from Washington, D.C., I'm here to watch my brother, Jonathan Jackson, be sworn in the U.S. House of Representatives, along with Delia Ramirez, the first Hispanic woman to be elected to Congress from our part of the country. Do not underestimate how important that is, and sending much love to her parents who've had their health struggles. This has got to be such a beautiful day for them. I want you to call me at 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. I can't hear what's going on the other side, but I want to know if CK is there. CK, you there? Okay, Jewel, I want you to call me right back right now. And so that so I can make sure, because I can't hear anybody or anything. So stay right there, everybody. Okay, so we're going to come up on the air very, 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 very shortly. So, okay, now I can hear. Let me hear CK. Happy New Year. Well, okay, well, everyone, I want you to call me at 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. We're going to have CK Hoffler and Aaron Connolly on, and Bryce Green. And just want to know, board operator, I can hear you, board operator. Is everyone here? Hey, hey, I want to make sure no one's on speaker, and I want to make sure that because I'm getting feedback, and now I'm not, and I want to, if you can, be on your phone so that we can hear you very, very clearly. Happy New Year, Attorney C.K. Hoffler. Yes. Okay. Very, very good. Thank you. Great, great. Yes, and we're coming out. Remember, we come out at 58 or 28 always. Yep, I sure can. That's perfect. Okay, thank you. Whew. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Santita Jackson Show. It is a joy to be with you all today. Talk to me at 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Happy New Year from WCPT 820, the nation's largest progressive talk radio station, and AM 950 Radio, the voice of progressive Minnesota. January 26th, we are hosting the mayoral debate. We have so many candidates, the so-called top tier candidates. They're all top tier because you haven't made your decision yet. I want you to tune in on every single platform. You'll be able to hear and see and participate in this debate. Go to S. Jackson at WCPT, or meet me over here on the Santita Jackson Show YouTube channel, or the Santita Jackson and Friends. Let me know the questions that you want to ask, because Patty Vasquez, Joan Esposito, and I will be moderating three distinct segments of this debate. And I want to ask the questions that you want to ask. I want to know what you want to know. What are you curious about? Call me, or send me an email, send me a text. Let me know what you want the questions to be. But in the meantime, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got the U.S. House of Representatives. They will be convening today, as well the U.S. Senate, new Congress, a new day, new way. I'm so excited to be able to see my brother sworn in. Soon to be Congresswoman Dalia Ramirez sworn in, Ilhan Omar, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Corey, Bush, and Hakeem Jeffries, who's being touted as the next Speaker of the House when the Democrats regain the majority. It's a very, very exciting time and a very interesting time. We're watching Kevin McCarthy, who has not accrued enough votes yet to make it on the first ballot as the Speaker of the House. They are promising a floor fight, the likes of which we have not seen literally in 100 years, since 1923. What will all of that mean? Even Newt Gingrich has said, look, 5 people, now maybe 15, don't have the right to hold up more than the votes of 80% of the rest of the caucus. What is this chaos all about? It's not just Trump, everybody. You've heard me say that. Think about what's happened over the past 20 years. We've watched the housing market collapse. So many of us lost our wealth. We've watched Wall Street come and take $20 trillion plus from us. Yeah, that's how much it was. After Dodd-Frank had their oversight of the bailout, it was more than $20 trillion, most of which went overseas. Yes, that was a study that was done too, and it's being sheltered. In the meantime, we're starving. And we're paying for a war. We don't know why we're in Ukraine. Most of us do not know. You want to protect the weak, but my goodness, why all this money going there when you can't get a $1,400 check just to help you make it through the month? There's a lot going on. In the meantime, last night, I want to bring this up with you. C.K. Hoffler, chair of Rainbow Push, past president of the National Bar Association, the largest and oldest black bar association in the world, more than 65,000 lawyers, legal analyst on Court TV, analyst on MSNBC, and she has her own television show. We cannot wait for it to debut and for her to tell us more about it. But I know that you are the mother of a Division I football player in college and a son who is also going to Division I football. And you have the anxiety that all parents of athletes have, but particularly those in football, as we find out just what a difficult sport it is, toll that it exacts on the bodies of our young people. And we're all praying for Damar Hamlin and his family as we watched in horror. As after a routine tackle, he stood up, he looked fine, and then he collapsed, and his heart had stopped. You know, maybe we can explore this more tomorrow on your legal Q&A with CK segment, and maybe you'll be talking about this today on your own show on on WAOK in Atlanta today at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What are your thoughts about what we saw last night? And because it's just someone who is one of the best conditioned physical specimens on earth, one of the best athletes on earth, he collapses. And I just think of Hank Gathers. See, that's our generation, right? You know, it's just like no one can make any sense of that. It's like, wait a minute. What do you make of what we saw last night and what we're dealing with right now? Because it's a pretty serious condition that he's in. He's been intubated, so he's not able to breathe on his own. What do you make of this, CK, before we get into the politics?
Well, Santita, I want to say Happy New Year, but we started the new year with just devastating news. What I make of it, it is tragic. My heart was beating so quickly, and my heart goes out to the family. But this is really, again, worst nightmare when you have athletes, when you have Division I athletes, actually many athletes. But certainly when they start with Division I and then they go up to the NFL, if that's what they choose to do, if that's what they're lucky enough to do, based on your perspective, if that's what they want to do. But this is the type of thing that, even though it doesn't happen often, it does happen. And there's so many injuries that go unreported. But for us to see live this happen on television and to see the teammates to just, we all stopped in prayer. And I was praying for his family. I was praying for the mothers that have experienced it before that no one knew about, that no one wasn't on TV because this had happened before. I was praying for myself that I didn't experience it because it could happen so easily. And so what I felt at that moment was sadness, sympathy, but also that, this game, football, is such a dangerous sport. And when we look at what was really a routine tackle, it wasn't really a huge tackle where you could see maybe a concussion coming. So there may have been something else. I also do medical negligence, so there may have been something else percolating in his system, or it could have just been the jolt from the tackle that triggered something. We don't know. But I can tell you this, he needs our prayers because he was, they worked on him for a period of time, and typically, and I know this from a case, when you administer CPR, that is used to hold you, to put you in a holding pattern, to have your heart pumping, to keep everything going until the paramedics can get there and do something more invasive. And I was concerned about the time that lapsed. And they were moving as quickly as possible. It was just such a shock to the system. And so we really need to be in prayer for him because I think probably there's something very significant that has happened for his heart to stop just like that. So, Santita, what I'm saying is, there are probably going to be new measures put in place. There are legal ramifications when that happens on the field, and they're going to have to unpack how it happened and to ensure that there was nothing that was overlooked by anyone. What happened to the individual? Were there medical conditions? Were there issues previously?
Well, you know what? let me do this. Everyone, look, I'm going to have to head to the lobby now. I actually was told they moved everything ahead because at this particular, they're having a couple of swearings in today, but Vice President Harris is going to be at the CBC swearing in, so we have to go an hour earlier. I plan to be with us until 7:30 my time, 8:30 Eastern time, but CK, you're going to pick it up from here. You've got Bryce Green from Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting. You've got Aaron Connolly, who's got to run just like I do. And you'll have Terry O'Neill at the top of the hour. I'm going to send all of this to you. But I need to push out of here so that I can go see my brother sworn in today. All righty?
She has my love for your brother and your family.
I love you.
Miss Wells live read as well.
All right. Well, then, I'll let my board operator take it from here, everybody. I love you. I'm out. I'm going to have to take you off of Facebook, but I'll be with you tomorrow. Love you. Thank you, CK.